Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC and this is Blue Lions TV, and today I'm bringing you a video of 3 ways in which Conte can approach the Man City game that's happening tomorrow. But getting straight into the video, starting with injury news, yes, David Luiz, Bakayoko and Ampadu will be out for the game tomorrow, but it looks like Ross Barkley will be fit and available for selection for tomorrow, so he is going to be travelling with the team. The referee tomorrow is going to be Michael Oliver, and again, it's not the best referee, and I don't think maybe this game will go down to a refereeing decision. Let's hope it doesn't, and if it does, obviously, let's hope it goes towards our favour. But in this video, there's 3 approaches I see Conte using. That's the safe approach, the brave approach, and the wildcard approach. And I'll be ending this video giving my own perspective on what approach I think is the best one for this game. Starting with the safe approach. The safe approach would be the 3-5-2 system, and that would be Hazard and Morata up front. In midfield, it would be CONTE, Fabregas and Barkley. Wingbacks would be Alonso and Moses, and defence would be Rudiger, Christensen and Aspie, with obviously Courtois in goal. Now, what's the benefits of using the safe approach? Well, we've seen the same approach used in the first time we played Man City this season, and the benefits of using this approach are: it limits Man City's effectiveness out wide on the flanks. Now with Man City, we do know that they do like to push their wingers very wide to stretch the pitch, so they really collect it on the touchline, and the whole point of that is to create the overloads in the final third in those half space areas where your De Bruyne's and Silvers can obviously be the option. You have the ability to drop deep to create space for another player to run into, or obviously they have space to run into for themselves, and this is why City is so effective out wide, and this is why they really break down a lot of teams. Now, how this safe approach works at limiting Man City's effectiveness out wide is that we do keep a flat back 5, and we do have the wide centre back pushing out wide to help support the wing back, and of course one of the wide midfield players would push out wide as well to help limit the threat. And the whole benefit of using this style is obviously to have Man City playing in front of us, not allow them to have any spaces or holes which to play in or create overloads. And this is why in the first game we played against them, we did lose 1-0. It was a quite boring game. Man City weren't able to create as many opportunities, and really it was a fantastic goal from De Bruyne that broke the deadlock. Now for our counter-attacking plan, if we did use a safe approach, it would be quite limited, as we would be focusing on creating 1 or 2 good opportunities, and it would really depend on how clinical our forwards are going to be in those rare moments where they will be in front of the goal. But what's the problems with using the safe approach with this Man City game? The first issue is that there aren't enough men pushing forward to help us support the front players, and that really reduces the effectiveness of counter-attacks. This is because it leaves the front 2 way too isolated, meaning that Man City can outman them by having their 3 centre-backs staying close together, and maybe having Gundogan pushing deeper as well. And you can easily see Morata being double marked by a Kompany or Otamendi or Laporte, and obviously being destroyed aerially by those 2 defenders. Another issue is the fact that we can't get the wing backs forward, because the wing backs only get forward when the front players have the ball. And the main issue is the fact that there's no attacking penetration down the flanks, meaning that City have all the joy in the world to keep trying to force attacks down wide. Basically, the issue is playing this way means that we don't create many counter-attacking opportunities. It puts too much responsibility on our attacking players, and they will get tired faster because there's no attacking support around them, and they're going to have to move quite a lot to try and be the focal point up front. Now, the second approach Conte can use for this game is the brave approach, and the brave approach is the exact same approach that Conte used for the game against Barcelona. Now in this formation it would be a 3-4-3. We would have Morata, Hazard and Willian up front. In midfield it would be Kante, Cesc, wingbacks Alonso and Moses, and defence would be Rudiger, Christensen, Aspie, with obviously Courtois in goal. Playing this way means that we will be looking to push forward on the counter-attack by having more attacking support for our attacking players, and this would mean that we would be looking to try and reduce some of the impact of Man City's effectiveness out wide by obviously having our wing-backs pushing forward and obviously looking to press high as well. Cesc will be key in this formation because he'd help us beat that first phase of pressing by Man City, meaning because obviously he's fantastic when he is under pressure. He can play those defence-splitting passes, he can start a lot of counter-attacking opportunities as well, I need to give more confidence for the wing backs to push forward, knowing that he is going to be very effective on the ball. Another benefit is the fact that Willian and Hazard will be able to attack the flanks. That's an area where most teams don't really attack as much. Arsenal were having a bit of joy down that side. Obviously, you know, Man City weren't necessarily dominating possession by massive margins. But I think because we have better attacking players, we could really make most of those opportunities out wide. Let's not forget too that Walker isn't necessarily the best when it comes to one-on-one defending, especially against players that are very good at running at people with the ball. And on the left hand side, Danilo's barely played this season. He is the last player in the pecking order. And Willian's been in fantastic form recently. But the biggest positive is the fact that we will be exploiting those lines between the midfield and Man City's defence, where Willian and Hazard can operate in. Now, let's remember, Fernandinho won't be playing in this game. Gundogan will be replacing him in this game. Now, on the ball, Gundogan and Fernandinho are very similar, but off the ball when it comes to defending, Gundogan isn't on the same level as Fernandinho, meaning that we'll have a lot more joy to hopefully create a lot of overloads against Man City ourselves. And of course, defensively, we would be able to transition to a 5-4-1 with obviously Willian and Hazard dropping deeper as well, meaning that we can still keep our compact shape in the middle, reducing Man City's threat in those half spaces. The last approach I see Conte using is the wildcard approach, and basically for the wildcard approach it would be a 3-5-2, but it would be Giroud and Hazard up front. In midfield it would be Cesc, Kante and Willian, wing backs would be Alonso and Moses, and in defence would be Rudiger on the left, Christensen in the middle, Aspie on the right, and obviously Courtois in goal. Now what makes this the wildcard approach? Well, playing this way means that we'd be solely relying on the counter-attack, as we'd be looking to attack by bypassing our midfield and playing direct balls to the front guys. And this is where Olivier Giroud would be key. And also we'd have to rely a lot on Olivier Giroud if Conte was to use this wildcard approach, because Giroud is probably better when it comes to holding up the ball compared to Morata, because, you know, that's his natural game. We'd be looking to play direct long balls to Giroud, who'd have Hazard playing close to him, and the plan would be that because Giroud is naturally better at that style of play, we'd have greater joy at creating counter-attacking opportunities where our wing-backs would be able to push forwards. And also with Giroud collecting the ball in those areas, that would mean that Willian, who would be part of that midfield three, would be able to obviously leave his position and help support the attacking players. With Willian attacking from deep, that could really help exploit the spaces in between Man City's midfield and defence, as no one would be able to pick up Willian making those late man runs. As we saw against Barcelona, when you give Willian that freedom and that space to run into, you see that he is a world-class player. His Barcelona performance was testament to what he can bring. Off the ball, we would transition to a 5-3-2 because the point would be on having Hazard playing close to Giroud and not having him drop deep to obviously make a 5-4-1. But what's the issue with using a wildcard approach? Well, the main issue is the fact that we'd be relying a lot on Olivier Giroud. And is he necessarily good enough for us to give our full responsibility and put all our hopes on? I'm not too sure. There's a few issues. Number one, using this wildcard approach would mean that Giroud would be collecting the ball on the halfway line a lot of times because we do like to drop very deep. And we do know that Giroud has no recovery pace, he doesn't make runs in behinds, and he wouldn't be able to make up that ground to obviously get into Man City's goal because he isn't fast enough. Aerially, Giroud could struggle as well because Man City would probably look to double mark him by using Otamendi and company close, and of course by doing that, that would shut off all the supply for our counter-attacks. So basically, if Giroud is bullied and he's very poor in this game, all our hopes of creating anything are gone. Now, what approach would I use for this game? The approach I would use for this game would be the brave approach and using a 3-4-3. Because basically I want us to have the exact same game plan as our game plan against Barcelona. We can't afford to just sit deep and rely on individual qualities. It wouldn't be efficient enough in helping us able to create some good goal scoring opportunities. And also I'm seeing the bigger picture. I feel that if we do use that same approach, in a way, it's really going to let us know just how strong the tactical system will be against Barcelona in the second leg, and just how well we'll do against them. Because Man City and Barca do play pretty similar, only that Barca are a lot more slower, and Man City does press more effectively, and they're faster. Anyway, you guys, that's going to end today's 3 ways on which Conte can approach Man City. I hope you guys enjoyed. In the comment section below, let me know what type of approach would you like to see Conte use for the game tomorrow, and let me know what type of approach did you guys agree with? Anyway, you guys, I'm the NEFC. This is Blue Lines TV, signing out.